And
Juan
yeah,
is a very good water player too.
yeah, he
So,
is. Yeah, even so, right?
eh, but this is not a water map.
No.
Oh, this is Arabia,
Yeah.
actually.
So
That's one.
yeah, we're on game 2 right now of the Clash of the Titans between Eagles Cheat and POZ Minhao, aka Juan. And they've chosen for this second game, well, Eagles Cheat has chosen this map. It's Arabia,
Aztecs War.
and it's Aztecs War, which is interesting. Kind of interesting that he's chosen to go with that, and I'm going to be curious to see if he's going to do a really sort of typical Aztecs War. I mean, in the last game that we saw, he did actually... Oh, we're looking at the wrong person here. There we go. Eagles Cheat. He actually did do a drush, and quite an early one at that. So, playing as Aztecs, I'm assuming he likes that sort of early aggression, and he will indeed go for a drush on this map as well. Kind of expected with Aztecs anyway. But he's in red down to the south of the map, and his opponent's in blue up to the north of the map right there. Do you want to have a quick look at the map then, and tell us what you think about that?
Well, as I see it so far, both having back gold, which is good, and both having half defendable map. I mean, you can play defensive and you can wall if you want to. So I have seen better maps, but still I have also seen worse.
Oh yeah.
This is okay.
I've seen a lot worse. I'd say really, Eagles Cheat's got a nice position on his goal, definitely. He can wall across this right-hand side there and keep his back goal pretty damn safe. He could also wall across the left if you wanted to later on, where that boar is there, potentially, and just leave the front open, but it's up to him. Juan, same with the back gold, he can wall it if he desires, as you said, but left side is quite open for him, which could be a little bit of an annoyance later on, but in the early game, he's not really got any important resources over there, so that shouldn't be an issue, really.
And have a look, check, Juan is already trying to steal Eagle
Oh, there we
Cheats
go.
or, yeah.
Yep. And that's probably going to really, really mess him up a little bit. I mean, obviously, you can kind of expect a boar steal. You're playing as Aztecs, and I always say this, but Fiage, he doesn't call it an Eagle Warrior or a Scout. He calls it a boar stealer. That's pretty much its only use. So you can kind of expect that the boar is going to be stolen. Will he pull it off? I mean, that eagle's getting quite low, and he's quite far from his base, so it might not actually work out for him. And
also...
Eagles Cheat may do the same.
Yes,
yeah.
That was what I was going to say. If he finds that boar, because Juan's boar is really forward.
Yeah, he didn't actually spot that though, so I mean, he's going to actually not find it yet, but Juan will have to take that boar first. And surprisingly, he's actually, yeah, he's going to probably send his next villager to take boar right now.
Eagle Cheats is thinking more about how to prevent from stealing, not about stealing himself, and so this is a mistake in this situation.
Well, actually,
he could have...
I think he's all right. You know, he's trying to block this boar right now, and it's.
This is too late.
It's not gonna work.
Guess. Yeah, because it still takes time for the boar to go away, even if it stops, and and villagers will pick it.
And now, of course, running into that TC, and wow, Juan managed to keep his scout alive with
just in time.
4 HP. One more hit, and it would have died.
Yeah.
So really nice play by him. That was a good boar steal. The question is, can Eagles Cheat get him back? And of course, now. A little bit of scouting info lost for Juan there, just finding those extra sheep, which is always good for him. And he should start picking up that next boar fairly soon. I thought maybe he would try and take another boar slightly early, just in case this lure failed. But he stole it, and it worked out pretty well for him. Eagles Cheat then. Is he going to steal this one right here? Yes, he is. He's going to try it. Let's see if he can actually get it right back. Juan probably noticing this straight away, but there we go. The boar runs back.
Oh.
And might be the case that Eagles Cheat doesn't manage it. He's already on 14 health, and Juan's going to try and close him down wherever he can here.
Oh, come on.
No, I don't think he's not going to be able to do it, I don't think. He's got 7 health. He's got 7 health. He's not going to make it back. It's not happening.
Yeah, very unlikely. And Juan is trying to block the eagle to make the boar kill eagle. He was trying to do it.
Yeah, exactly. But barracks going down for both of them. Eagles Cheat with a much earlier barracks as well, and starting to make, well, I thought he was going to make some militia there. He doesn't actually have the food for it yet. Do you know what? He may actually make this. He may actually make it. Starting to damage it now with the villager, and it looks like he's actually going to get the ball all the way back. Really well done by him.
Good job.
such a low health on that
Not a
eagle as well.
perfect placement for
No.
boar, for killing boar, but still,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Not a perfect placement, but you know what? They're both 2 balls apiece, and it's evened out. Both of them with very low HP on these scouts, but it's almost really a rare thing to see. One person lose their ball and then get it stole right back. And both the eagles staying alive as well, so pretty impressive stuff there. I think... Go on.
I don't like the mill by Eagle's cheat. I wanted to point it out. I would push this deer with an eagle.
Oh, what, the ones on the right-hand side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, well, the way the game went prevented both players from pushing deer, because for now they need scouting information to see where militia is.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
he can't relax and push deer.
One thing to note, though, is that 5 militia drush is pretty common, but will either of them actually add in any more? You can see that Juan now just about to get his 5th militia out and send them across the map. 4 for Eagle's cheat, but there's another one being built, and it could be the case that they end up making more and then upgrading to man-at-arms in the feudal age. That's the kind of thing I like to see. Much rather prefer to see that than just all-out archer battles. But you know, I think Eagle's cheat did the right thing, keeping that eagle in the TC for a bit there, as it's got a lot more health now, which does mean that he could come out on top in an all-out fight if it wasn't for these wolves.
I mean, good job by Juan luring militia to be attacked by wolf.
Yeah, definitely. Those wolves clearly going to give him a little disadvantage going into this. I'll be interested to see how this one turns out. He can easily pick his eagle off, and now if they micro well, either of them could still win this battle. But it looks like it's going to go in favor of Juan here. But it's kind of hard to say. 3 militia up, but they're all really low on health.
Yeah.
He just needs to turn around and snipe this one, and Eagle's cheat. Coming out on top.
One militia managed to kill 2 with low HP militias.
It's obviously now going to go down, and then Juan going to come out on top eventually, because this eagle with 7 health should die, I believe, to the militia there. So, wow, pretty close stuff, and a pretty interesting start. It's not very often that you see a Dark Age quite as eventful as that. Really nice so far. And that eagle from Eagle's cheat. Slipping through that wall there with 2 health left. And he was like, "Thank you, Juan. Thanks for pointing out that hole in my wall. I'll patch that up right now. And your militia is not escaping today." Anyway, so we're gonna get up to the feudal age in just a second. Both of them very close in clicking up. Juan slightly earlier, 31 population compared to Eagle's cheat's 29. But Juan here certainly does seem to be in a reasonable position, as does, I suppose, Eagle's cheat. It is fairly even at this stage.
Yeah, but Juan is doing better, because Eagle's cheat does have only 5 farms, which is not enough.
Yeah, he has.
He needs more to be able to make all the upgrades in Castle Age later.
6 right now, and if we have a look at their resources, you can see that Juan is very, very close to being able to click up to the Castle Age. He's putting up that archery and blacksmith right there, and he should just about have enough gold in a moment to click up. Eagle's cheat, an archery range and a blacksmith as well. Going to click up to castle fairly soon. And what do you think we'll see when we get up to castle? Just standard crossbows?
Yeah, more likely. I'm more interested about how the game goes after Castle Age. I mean, if it's going to be a plan for maybe castles because of the new fashion set during the top experts league with fighting with Jaguar warriors.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But then again, probably not likely. I don't know. I kind of feel like it's going to be a very standard game. I think that both of them probably going to just make obviously crossbows in the Castle Age and then go up for a reasonably fast Imperial and then go for eagles. Such strong eagles. I mean, they just raid so well. I mean, even against an Aztec player who can make eagles as well, if you've got the upper hand, then they can really just push your advantage.
I agree.
But we'll see. I mean, Eagle's Cheat now is starting to wall up pretty well. He's walled on the right, walled on the front, and he's walling on the back side as well. Juan, slightly less walling, in fact, just across the front. So perhaps he's going to be trying to get really aggressive. He will hit the Castle Age first, and that will make a little bit of difference, but not a huge amount. Interestingly enough, though, his score 1,000 ahead already. I'm wondering what that could be due to. He can't have that much more military, or can he?
Oh, yeah, that's... I think his eco is better. It's definitely better.
It must be. It's quite a balanced economy as well. Obviously, plenty of farms right there for, as you say, the upgrades that he needs. And also, as well, probably going to continue to seed those farms just so that he can make sure he gets up to the Imperial Age in a reasonable time. So, crossbow research coming in. We'll see Bodkin Arrow soon, not just yet, no gold for it, but he will do that, and continuing archer production. I wonder if he's going to add in a third range, though.
We'll see. I think there is no need for the third range, because, at least for him, because he's having an edge over enemy, and his shot should be for faster town centers, extra town centers, to make a faster boom.
Exactly. But he's coming in right now. He is obviously going to find Eagle's Cheat's walls here, and I wonder if he's got a hole anywhere. I kind of doubt it at this stage that he would have a hole in his wall. But, yeah, not really going to be able to do all that much here, I feel, unless he manages to break down a palisade or something. Not really going to be able to do that much damage. He's got to find a way in, and for that, I mean, we could see a forward siege workshop or something, just to try and make a battering ram, or even some mangonels to deal with Eagle's Cheat's crossbows there. I don't know. Could be cool.
Wanted to point out that Juan already has Bodkin Arrow, and this indicates how better his economy was. And Eagle's Cheat doesn't have... Well, at this moment he has some food for Bodkin Arrow, but then he will need to stop villager production. So to be honest, his economy, he can't afford all the necessary upgrades.
As you said, he didn't have so many farms there, and that's obviously starting to hurt him a little bit right now. As you see, he's actually, well, Juan forced his way in, and he has got Bodkin Arrow, so it's going to make micromanaging this fight a little bit easier. But Eagle's Cheat does have the numbers advantage, so we'll see if Juan can actually do this. Mangonel obviously out now for Eagle's Cheat as well, no messing around there. Going to make things a little easier when it comes to fighting these crossbows at least.
But the main thing is that Juan has forced Eagle's Cheat to spend his wood on siege workshop, either than on town center. And
the mangonel as well, and now he's also got idle villagers on these farms because he can't afford the wood to reseed them. So he's in a much worse position with his economy at this stage. As you said, by playing aggressive, he's forced Eagle's Cheat to spend all that extra wood on the mangonel and the siege workshop, and that's caused his economy to go idle slightly.
Yeah, he's doing a very good job because, I mean, Juan, because putting some pressure, even though he hasn't killed any villager, he still managed to distract the enemy and to keep himself safe, because enemy is focused on defending.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can be sure that your base is safe.
Yeah, exactly. Eagle's Cheat looks like he's... Well, it looked like he was going to push out there. I don't know if he's actually going to push out or not. But Juan did see it, so he does know that there's a little bit of an attack incoming. And he can move his units into position right there, as his third TC is just up for now. And the third TC for Eagle's Cheat is still only just been put down, so he's certainly further behind in that respect. See what you can do with these crossbows coming forwards, both of them with Bodkin Arrow. No defensive upgrades. So I don't really think the defensive upgrades on the crossbows are that important at this stage, because they do just get one-shotted anyway. It's more like when you've got loads of them and you're not microing that those upgrades really become useful.
Yeah, I feel like I agree with you. You can delay it, or I would personally do it if I have extra food, but it depends.
Yeah.
Sometimes in Aztec's War you don't have extra food. You want
No,
to
exactly,
keep
yeah.
all town centers producing non-stop.
Villager production really important, but if you have a look at Eagle's Cheat's economy right now, it's really quite
He
messy.
has stockpiles of wood.
He had
yeah.
a lot, but obviously he does want to seed all those farms, so I guess it makes sense. He's just spent it all pretty much instantly. Gotta say though, he did have a little fight with Juan up in the north here, and he did pick up 3 crossbows without losing a single one, so not bad micro from him at all. But Juan now does have an advantage, and he is actually building that siege workshop as well, so again, starting to be a little bit more even in terms of resources spent unnecessarily. Let's see, a Mangonel coming out, Mangonel for both of them, and realistically, I think Juan wants to play it more safe and make sure he's got a Mangonel of his own out, because otherwise, if he does get caught out of position and he doesn't have that Mangonel, it can be pretty tough for him to defend with only crossbows. Mangonel for Mangonel getting taken out right there, and Juan does have the crossbow advantage, so he's going to push Eagle's cheat away. Did lose a couple of villagers though. But even so, he's in a pretty good position right now. Plenty of farms, 3 TCs up and running. And Eagle's Cheat, he has got a lot of farms here, but it is worth noting that they have literally only just gone up. So he's not been getting so much food in for now, I don't think. And if we have a look at the food count for both of them, Juan's certainly ahead in that regard. Ooh.
Okay, sorry, was a little bit distracted.
It's okay.
I'm back again.
Another Mangonel gone down for Juan right there, and Eagle's Cheat did manage to take that one out, so might be able to make something of this. Juan sending his crossbows all the way around the edge of the map, looking for a way into Eagle's Cheat's base, and Eagle's Cheat has still left that hole in his wall, so Juan could make something of that. The question is now, can he defend from this Mangonel and these crossbows with only 5 crossbows and a Mangonel, so certainly outnumbered here.
Eagle's Cheat managed to catch up and score a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Did she pick some good fights?
Yeah, he did reasonably well there against the Mangonel, but Juan's just drawn it level again. But worth noting, those crossbows are in the bag of Juan's base right now. He doesn't seem to be reacting to that at all, and he's going to lose some villagers here, as they are quite far from the TC, especially the ones on the wood, and he hasn't reacted at all to this. I think he's really, really not paying attention to those crossbows there. But meanwhile, he is at Eagle's Cheat's base once again. Going to be trying to take some villagers of his own, but losing a lot of villagers there quite unnecessarily. He could have easily sent his crossbows over to deal with them. He's also in Eagle's Cheat's base now though, so he's going to try and get back what he can. Eagle's Cheat reacting a lot faster there, losing 1 villager but garrisoning inside of his TC, so he is safe for now. Another Mangonel out.
Eagle's Cheat is now, he's in trouble, I would say. Because it's possible for Juan, if he micros well, he will be able to hit this Mangonel without losing his archers.
Yeah, we'll see what he can manage to do. He's
fighting uphill also. This is
Eagle's Cheat is, managing to deal with that attack in his own base, it seems, and at the moment, with 2 Mangonels out now,
this is a trouble.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty tough for him to actually micro against 2 of them. Though he may be able to do okay. I mean, he's just going to move out of the way, getting caught out a little bit there, and just pick off villagers where he can. Just do the damage to the villagers. A little bit of a split, but splitting into another shot from the other Mangonel. So didn't work out too well for him, and he's going to have to retreat. But still keeping that 500 score lead. And now Eagle's Cheat up to the Imperial Age.
If I were him, I would have picked that Mangonel before the second one was out.
Yeah,
he could definitely do it because he was fighting downhill. He had so many archers, and it doesn't actually require much micro to flank away and to,
he could have to
pick it.
Definitely.
Because that spot was very vulnerable. This is a weak point of Eagle's Cheat's base, and having archers at that spot would cut Eagle's Cheat off gold.
Oh yeah, definitely it would have done, and it would have opened the door to these farms as well. The thing is, he was trying to focus on taking those villagers out rather than the Mangonel, and then when the second Mangonel came out, he had to get out of there, so didn't work out too well. But both of them now clicking up to the Imperial Age. Eagle's Cheat slightly further ahead, but with a much smaller economy at this stage. If you have a look at their resources, you can clearly see that Eagle's Cheat is certainly further behind in gold and in food. And those are the two resources that they both really need at this stage, as they are both going for Eagle Warriors. So I'm a little bit concerned for Eagle's Cheat here. His economy doesn't seem in such a good position, but he is up to the Imperial Age first, and he is starting to produce some Eagles right now.
Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, there's upgrades starting to come in for both of them, I think, right now. Should start seeing those defensive upgrades coming up pretty soon. And of course, once they get up to the Imperial Age, they need to have enough resources in the bank to actually afford that Elite Eagle upgrade. It's quite an expensive one, and it's so crucial as well. So making sure you can get that done quickly is really important.
I like how Juan has already added 4 villages in stone, because this means he's having a castle in mind, which is important for Aztecs, because having castle enables you to make a very important upgrade, which is called, I don't remember how.
Oh, you mean Garland Wars?
Yeah, giving extra points to Eagle Warriors.
The unique technology for the Eagles, obviously important, giving them the extra attack, and that can make a lot of difference. Obviously, the Elite Eagle Warrior is the first upgrade you're going to want to aim for, and then after that, getting that castle up, as you said, to be able to get the unique upgrades so that you can get the extra attack on those Eagles, can make a lot of difference.
But in 1 against 1, it usually comes, I think, not as fast as you upgrade to Imperial Age. You need some time.
Yeah, of course.
And you can't usually afford getting stone in castle, because you want to focus.
Time.
Yeah, you want to focus on food and gold mainly.
Definitely. So Elite Eagle Warriors are done for both of them. Eagle's Cheat also has better defensive upgrades, but really losing out massively in that engagement there. Juan was patrolling, and that obviously helped him out a lot, but doing really big...
Like he also had the numbers.
Yeah, definitely the numbers. That was what really won it for him. He had so many Eagles right there, and Eagle's Cheat, he probably does need to cheat right now because he needs more Eagle Warriors. He does not have enough at this stage, and Juan about to just walk straight through that hole in Eagle's Cheat's wall, and he's about to get a lot of villages raided from him, and that's a big deal.
Juan is aiming for gold spots.
Yeah, definitely. Trying to deny the gold. So important. And of course, these Eagles with such high pierce armor as well, they can stick under the TC for quite a while, and they can tank that damage. I think though, Juan probably going to get cleaned up here. He's got upgrade disadvantage. He's fighting under the TC as well, but still hanging in there for quite some time. Pretty impressive. And another raid coming in at the front, and this is the best thing, the most important thing even, about raiding with the Aztecs. You have to hit and run at different points all the while. You see, he attacked him at the bottom, but at the same time he attacked him at the top, and that's going to allow him to really make big dents in Eagle's Cheat's economy, and just keep the Eagles flooding in, and keeping him moving his units around, not knowing, of course, where he's going to hit next.
You're very right. Splitting is a key to being good in this game. Splitting your army, attacking and hitting at as many places as you can.
Yeah, definitely. And I think Eagle's Cheat here gonna be in a pretty tough position. If you have a look at his food count, he's very low. He's getting pretty low on gold as well, whereas Juan looking much better in his economy at the moment, taking this forward gold spot as well, and able to keep up the Eagle Warrior production, it seems, for now, which is really quite a big deal.
Just check the population. Juan is having like twice as much as bigger population.
157 versus 80 for Eagle's Cheat. Eagle's Cheat here,
he's in big trouble.
His economy he's got no economy really. I mean, if you look at that first TC, there's absolutely nothing there. And have a look at Juan. He's got farms all over the place. So, you know, I think Eagle's Cheat probably stopping villager production at some stage here. I don't know. One TC is idle, but he's struggling to keep the food income high enough to produce the Eagles and villagers at the same time. I think we could see a fast GG fairly soon. Upgrade wise they are equal, but Juan clearly just has huge number advantage right now. Eagle's Cheat though, sending out a few units across the map to see what he can find, but a lot of Eagles for Juan out on the front right now, and I'm a little bit concerned for Eagle's Cheat at the moment. Really not looking too good for him at all. That second upgrade for the attack coming in as well. Iron casting being researched for Juan right now, and even taking another gold on the front as well, and the relics, aiming to take them as well. Of course, Aztecs with that 33% relic boost does make a pretty big difference as well. Picking up that relic where he can, and just trying to batter his way into Eagle Cheat's base for now. Maxed out, 200 population. Well, did lose a few units there, but he did just hit his population limit for a second. Kind of a big deal.
He's pretty safe now. He has such an overwhelming advantage.
Yeah, definitely. He's back into Eagle's Cheat's base as well, and we could see a GG from him any second now. He really just does not have enough Eagles to fight this.
Wow.
Loads of villagers coming forwards for Juan.
Probably would be a castle on these gold
it's for
spots.
the castle, definitely. And once that castle goes up, again, it's just going to reinforce his push. He's going to be able to secure this gold as well. And, of course, then he's going to be able to get Garland Wars, which is just going to be the finishing blow, if anything. Eagle's Cheat also doesn't have +2 attack just yet on these Eagles, so struggling a little bit in the one-to-one combat there. Juan just going to pile in with a load more Eagles right now and probably just clear this up. There's the castle, 2 mining camps on that gold, and just waiting to see Garland Wars any minute. So many Eagles out, and I think Eagle's Cheat gonna have to realize in a moment that it is GG. Of course, there's 1 minute until the next set of games supposedly start, and Jaguar Warriors coming out for him as well. Interesting.
Did you say something about the next set?
Yeah, in 1 minute's time it's supposed to begin.
Well,
So.
I've talked to them and they said it's okay to wait for 10 minutes even if we are delayed, so
okay,
it's
great.
gonna be...
That's great. There's GG from Eagle's Cheat, and that's it. 2 games to Juan, 0 games to Eagle's Cheat, and the best of 3 goes to Juan right there. Pretty easy victories for him, I feel.
Yeah, if you don't mind it, I would say just a few words. I feel like this game is a good illustration of how Dark Age is important, because Juan, he gained an advantage at Dark Age. After fighting militia, his Dark Age was better. He managed to advance to Feudal Age a little bit faster, and he managed to put pressure on Eagle's Cheat in a very important moment, and that's how it. And once it's like a snowball. Once you make a small mistake, it's getting better and better. And Eagle's Cheat was falling more and more behind as the game evolved.
Definitely,
and that's how it ended up.
Yeah, he was, and I mean. He had such a much more balanced economy, a much bigger economy as well. He really didn't let that slip. And whilst Eagle's Cheat was having to deal with small attacks from Juan at the front, he was letting his economy slip there. And of course, his economy at the end of the game was so far behind, he couldn't keep Eagle production up. And eventually just obviously losing out there. And Juan took that pretty easily, I'd say. But got to give it to them. They both gave us a pretty good and interesting few games, or a couple of games there. And that Dark Age was quite exciting as well, so that's always a bonus.